you've actually gone a step further and written a book, Happy for No Reason.
Yes.
How beautiful is that? So you've cracked the happiness code?
I wish. I had a lot of anger issues. I was angry for no reason. But I was very aware, acutely aware of my anger, and I wanted to do something about it. And I did therapy, and I did clinical therapy and spiritual. I have a spiritual counselor who I met, and finally it was hypnotherapy that, by the way, helped me. And it's wonderful. It's actually just goes into you go into your subconscious. You go into a very relaxed state, and you can see the root cause of where it started, or what your triggers are, and there's certain things we've got in our lives that have happened to us, or that are part of our experience which we've left unresolved. So through hypnotherapy, you can kind of resolve them and let them go. And so anger, I did something about it. I can't say it's not like I don't get angry anymore. I do. Sometimes the situation warrants a certain response, but I don't have anger issues anymore like I did. And my intent was that, we look for joy and happiness outside of ourselves, in experiences. Today I'm going for a concert, so I should be happy. Or today I'm going to get to wear my new outfit, so I should be happy. Or today my son got a great grade, so I should be happy. But happiness, joy is something that we need to create within ourselves. We've got to find it within ourselves. We've got to feel joyful regardless of what's on the outside. The joy is something that comes from within. It's what we create. So it's an intent. I wake up in the morning, and if you wake up with gratitude, you're going to be happy. So I wake up with a lot of gratitude. Before I open my eyes, I say, thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the food on my table. Thank you for my children's health, my parents' health. Thank you for my able body that I can work. And that's a good starting point. You wake up and you say, there are so many things to be thankful for. My day is going to go well. So my intent is always there to be happy, to be joyful, to be in a positive state of mind through the day. Sometimes, the day doesn't always give you...
Was there some deep sadness that triggered this? Or is it something that you...
when you discover gratitude,
you realize.
Gratitude is like a superpower.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, people don't know it till they know it. And when you know it, you know it. Yeah. So the moment, I think it was during COVID that I actually started really, I'd wake up in the morning and say, people say, we have to be home. We've got to be sitting in our houses. We can't leave home. We can't shop. We can't meet friends. And I would wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I have a bath. I'd go downstairs to my living room. I live in a up and a down. And I would go downstairs to my living room and say, I love my living room. It's so beautiful. And then suddenly at the food that was prepared that day for lunch, I said, food in my house is so good. I'm so grateful for that.
You're rushing through it otherwise.
Yeah, I'm just saying we are sleepwalking through the day most of the time. And I think COVID gave me a chance to just stop and pause. I've always been a grateful person, but I think COVID taught me gratitude to the next level, because, that's when you realize, what are we chasing? What are we fighting for? What do we want? What are we always after? What do we need? We need food on our table. We need a roof over our heads. We need enough wherewithal to get by. That song, Thoda hai, thode ki zarurat hai, that rung true for me. All you need is a roof over your head, food on your table, and sustenance to keep you going. And that's it. That's what we work for. But then we get into other more complicated things, and our life, and with more you want more, and with more you want more and more. So I learned gratitude, I think, during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit into COVID where I lost my husband as well. Not to COVID. It was also a sudden passing. He had a heart attack. And for a little while, just for a few months, I just didn't know. I didn't want to say any prayers. I didn't want to say thank you. I didn't want to say anything. And then I realized that, I am able. I'm able-bodied. I'm strong. I'm working by God's grace. And I can look after my children. I can give them a good life. And so, my mantra at that point was onwards and upwards. I have to do whatever it takes to give my children a good life. They're not going to have a a sad sack mother who's going to be miserable and crying, and I have to, it's got to be onwards and upwards for me. And then I look around and say, you know what? I still have this beautiful roof over my head. I still have food on the table. I still have work coming my way. That's God's grace. I still have an able body that I'm able to work. So it was shortly after that I said, you know what? The gratitude doesn't go away. This was a part of my journey. This was a part of my journey. My time with my husband was this many years. And now it's onwards and upwards. I have to give my children the best life I can give them. And my gratitude has not lessened an iota since. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I bow my head down in gratitude morning, noon and night. That's how I live. And that's, if anybody asks me what makes you tick, what drives you, it's gratitude. I'm just thankful.
And just making it a part of your
It's my life.
daily life.
Yeah, it is. And you know, there's so much to be said about gratitude.
I know.
I mean, you know it. But one line, which is just the most precious line, I can't attribute it to anyone because I don't know who wrote it. But it resonated so strongly with me, is that whenever and wherever there is gratitude, whenever you're truly feeling grateful for something or your life, whenever and wherever there is gratitude, there's no room for unhappiness at the same time. You can't be grateful and unhappy. You can't be grateful and angry. You can't be grateful and negative. When you're grateful, you're grateful. And that's just the most beautiful and uplifting thing that you can feel, experience, know.